If Damian is going to destroy Gotham City, how is he going to do that? This is the Comicstorian channel, where we take some of your favorite trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you. All alterations of the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Today we're going to be covering some more Batman Incorporated, 2 more issues. When we last left off, Batman had traveled the world and created an army of potential Batmen, a Batman for every city and location. Well, this brought the attention of an organization known as Leviathan, led by Talia al Ghul, to basically try and destroy Batman's creation. And she was using the argument that Damian will destroy Gotham City one day if Batman goes down this route. Batman believes her because of a dream. And now you're probably wondering, what is that dream? How does Damian fail Gotham City? Well, today we're going to cover that in our latest Batman Incorporated story arc. Outside, the police begin to clean up after the League of Assassins. And inside, Bruce looks down at his son, who has fallen to his knees. I saw the future. I know what your mother is planning, Damian. She wanted you to join me as Robin. She intends for you to replace me, but that cannot happen because if you become Batman, everything falls apart. Bruce tells him, and Damian looks up scowling. In the future, Damian is still scowling under that cowl. The city is burning behind him as the crazed Jokers crowd forward, weapons in hand. Damian, in the Batman outfit, holds the child tighter as he holds up his gauntlet. Robat, tracking, maximum acceleration, engage weapons, he commands. And as the crazed citizens surge forward, the Robat shatters through the window, machine guns barking as rounds rip through the crowd. Batman jumps, grabbing onto one of the Robat's glider handles, letting it carry him across the Bat bunker at the top of Wayne Tower. Then they fly through the other window, sailing over the burning city. Arkham Asylum has become a fortress island. One of the guards peers through his binos, yelling to the others that Batman is on his way. He won't make it, the guard shouts, but Barbara shakes her head from her wheelchair. Oh, he'll make it. He always does, she says simply. The glider slams into the ground on the far side of the destroyed bridge, with Batman protecting the child, letting his shoulder and side take the damage of the fall. As the crowd of deranged Jokers rush them, he pulls the girl tighter, telling her to hang on. Roar! He bellows as he dashes across the bridge, leaping, and behind him, the Robat explodes, killing everyone around it. Batman reaches out, managing to grab a hold of the fireman's ladder that the guards extended for him. A short time later, Damian sits in the infirmary as Barbara explains that the baby tested positive for a natural immunity to the Joker virus. But Damian stands, pulling back on his cowl as she asks the obvious question. Even if the baby works out, how long until the president pulls the plug on Gotham? All of this, everything that you've done, could be for nothing. At least I tried, Damian tells her. And the two begin to move through the remains of Arkham Asylum, with Barbara pointing out that they've defended a madhouse from madmen. You just described how I've always felt about being Batman, but I promise to protect Gotham City, down to the last stone, down to my last breath, Damian tells her. And outside the walls, the crazed Jokers continue to stab against the walls of Arkham, breaking their bones as they try to fight their way in. And inside of the Oval Office, the president cradles his head as his advisors tell him that he must make a decision about Gotham. Inside of the asylum, Damian stops just outside of the cell of Jackanapes, former guerrilla henchman of the Joker. Well, you saw the baby's blood sample. Tell me what you think. Batman growls at the ape, and the gorilla peers over his instruments, listening and laughing as he sees the city burning. Damian steps into the room, slamming Jackanapes into the wall and lifting him up. He's sick of the gorilla's stupid jokes and demands to know if they can make the cure, and an evil smile spreads across the ape's face as he continues to laugh. There's a reason the child has no symptoms. The baby's a carrier. You brought a carrier among us. Jackanape's laughter echoes throughout the halls of Arkham as Batman rushes forward. He gets on the comms, ordering the guards to seal the infirmary. This isn't the first time that Damian has screwed up, that he has let the devil in, and flashes of memory fill his mind. Wayne Manor, the smiling man, the deal that he made to protect the city. Batman pushes through the crowd of survivors, ordering everyone to put their masks on and stay away from the infirmary. Inside, they'll find the bodies of the infected, holes blown into their chest. He steps through the door, shock filling his eyes. Barbara, the baby's a carrier. That's okay. The baby's not a problem anymore, she whispers back. turning in her wheelchair, a hideous grin already beginning to pull at the corners of her mouth as she holds the baby's body in her hands, its neck broken. The Joker got what he wanted in the end. He turned us all into monsters. She tells Damian not to let her out as he begins to cross the room, and she raises a shotgun to him. Smile! She gasps, firing, and the rounds chew through his stomach. In the White House, the advisor leans over the president's shoulder, telling him that he did the right thing, and that man is smiling. The same smile that Damian saw at Wayne Manor all those years ago. The bomber is now closing in on Gotham. Damian struggles to his feet, trying to stop his guts from spilling onto the floor, and Barbara is already gone, opening the gates to the deranged horde. The Arkham guards try to hold them back, but there are too many. Damian hits the button to let the prisoners out, and the fight for survival begins. He pulls out his escrima sticks, leaping to fight against the horde, but they claw at him, pulling the flesh from his bones as he fights. Mother! He whispers as the bombs drop and the mushroom cloud envelops Gotham. I don't know how it happens, but I know that it happens, and I know how it ends. Batman tells his son in the current day. He explains that he had a dream that a future Batman would sell his soul to the devil and destroy Gotham. Your mother manipulated events to mold you into Batman, her agent. You can't be Robin. You can never be Batman. Right now, I can think of only one solution. He tells his son, and Damian turns, sadness in his eyes. Nobody knows the future, Father. Why would you do this to me? Don't make me go back to her. I want to stay with you, Damian tells his father. Suddenly, the radio squawks as Knight informs Batman that they've arrived at Target 1, that Leviathan has been there for days, and Batman's eyes go wide. Who gave you this target? No one knows this frequency. Get out! And with that, the building explodes. The Batmobile speeds through the rainy streets of Gotham as Batman speeds through the destroyed downtown building. The armored car screeching to a halt outside of the police tape. They've got hostages. They won't talk to anyone but you, Gordon informs the Dark Knight. As he jumps out into the streets, Batman strides past him as the robots descend from the sky. Trust no one, Jim. Leviathan is everywhere. Batman growls, and the robots move forward, ripping apart the steel doors that are blocking the entrance. Batman, what the hell is going on in this town? Gordon asks, and Batman barely slows down. It's a family affair, and Gotham is caught in the crossfire. Keep your men out of harm's way until I give the all clear, Batman tells him. Inside, the robot's chest light shines upon the mural on the floor. Let's talk. Observe the Zen parable of the goat herd, the stages of understanding. Talia calls to Batman over the speakers in the building. I came alone, Talia. I did what you asked. No more games. Batman calls to her, beginning to move through the building slowly, staying within the shadows. What is it that you want? If Damian comes back to you, will you end this? Batman asks quietly, but Talia doesn't answer him. Instead, she continues to ramble about the goat herd parable as Batman finds another mural. Can't we have a conversation like normal people? Oh, my dear detective, we're not normal people. We're special. Your soldiers are waiting for you on the mountaintop, she replies, and at the top of the building, Batwing tries desperately to pull the others from the debris. Batman, can you hear us? We need a doctor! He calls over the comms. Nearby, Knight pulls Beryl free, but the young girl sags in his arms, barely responding. And at the bottom of the stairwell, Batman finds another mural. Leave them out of this, Talia! He looks up, seeing several of Talia's soldiers aiming rifles down the stairwell at him. He moves fast, but the bullets begin to fly. He throws a bomb, filling the stairway with smoke as he moves through the soldiers rapidly. And in a matter of minutes, he reaches the top of the stairs with the soldiers all incapacitated. Talia marveling at how quickly Batman moved. Back in the Batcave, the Robins, old and new, continue to argue when suddenly the Bat computer flashes with the symbol of Leviathan. Damian turns at the sound of his mother's voice, and they could all hear Batman's conversation with her. Batman enters the next room, finding mannequins with tablets strapped to them, showing the faces of Leviathan agents. These are all the people that we've replaced. Citizens of Gotham, citizens of Leviathan, awaiting a single word from me, Bruce! She informs him, and Batman keeps moving. I can smell your perfume. Wherever you are now, you were here. He tells her. In the next room, he finds a table set for tea. He begins to smell the gas in the room, and he suddenly turns, moving through the room of mannequins as everything begins to explode. Run, Bat! Batman, run, my detective! She shouts back at him. Batman leaps through the window, grabbing the fire escape, swinging back to the building, and outside, the Man-Bat commandos begin to circle around him. But the Robats are there, fighting against the mutants. Batman fires a grappling hook, pulling himself up, leaping through another window, where he crashes through the glass, kicking into the group of soldiers that are awaiting him. He moves through them quickly, disabling and tying them all up. You're doing so well, so close now. But here's how it will be. She calls out to him. Batman gets to the elevator as the doors close, and Talia explains that Auto Nets, Ouroboros, will replace all known energy throughout the planet. The global economy will shift. The 21st century will belong to no one. Gotham will commit suicide. The US economy will stagger. I don't want the boy. Do you? Talia asks. The door opens to reveal Talia standing before a view screen. Batman moves fast, but it's just another mannequin. Choose. Choose one or save the other. Show him, show me what's more important to you. Gotham or Damian, whichever you choose, the other will die. Decide, your city or your son! Talia demands of Batman. He steps through another door, finding the hostages tied together on the stairs. And before he can free them, Talia's bodyguard hefts a large boulder that they seem to be tied to. He throws it down the stairs with a laugh. Don't do this! Batman shouts, and at the top of the building, Knight continues to try and save Beryl. He starts giving her mouth-to-mouth, and he reaches for his taser, shocking her heart. That's my girl, he says with a smile as her hand tightens around him. Cyril! She suddenly shouts as the bodyguard appears over his shoulder, and with massive strength, the muscular goon lifts the Knight into the air by his throat. Don't let them win, Beryl! Knight gasps, the girl struggling to her feet, aiming her slingshot. She lets loose as the sound of Knight's neck cracking fills the room. The round hits the bodyguard in the eye, cracking his visor, and he screams in pain as he swings the Knight's body around. Suddenly, Batman is there, hitting the thug in the spine before chopping him in the throat. But the monster turns quickly, grabbing Batman, slamming him into the ground. Damian isn't the one who destroys Gotham. The third Batman in your nightmare? I made him! Talia calls to her beloved. Beryl tries to stop the monster by slamming a brick on his back, but he doesn't even flinch, and he lifts Batman over his head, preparing to throw him off of the building. And there you have it, another cliffhanger in our Batman Incorporated Every Sunday series. Now, I do apologize. We went on a weird, crazy hiatus. I'm trying to make Sundays a Batman or another superhero day. It became Batman, but then the Fortnite videos came out, and that got in the way, and then a bunch of other things got in the way. But with all of that done, Batman Incorporated will finish its run here on Sundays here at Comicstorian. If you know the original story, we're getting to the big oh my god moment in this storyline, but I hoped you enjoyed seeing the future of Damian. Now, don't forget to check back on a nearly daily basis as we bring you all kinds of content right here at the Comicstorian channel, from your favorite comic books recap to discussions about characters in the world of comic books and the lore to my favorite video games. You can also find me discussing all of your favorite TV shows over at Absolutely Marvel and DC, a spin-off channel we've made with all of my friends talking about all of our favorite shows. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you next time right here.